Hey guys, it's Jennifer Don Gabiola. If you're here, just let me know in the comments if you can hear me. I feel very, very moved to share this message today. Today is a little bit challenging for me because this topic is about having courage when shit goes down. And as introverts, because we feel so deeply, it's kind of hard sometimes to deal with setbacks and challenges because we feel so deeply that it's easier for us to hide and go back in our shell. And I've had a series of things happen personally lately that have been challenging me, and it would probably be much easier for me to go run and hide and stay in my bed and not leave my bed, but I feel really my spirit is encouraging me to share in this way. So I'm gonna do it. So again, the title of this live stream today is Having Courage When Shit Goes Down. Again, if you can hear me, just type in the comments. That way I can make sure I can know who's here and chat with you. Okay, so here's the deal. So I'm not going to go into all these details, but yesterday I've had a series of things happen that were unexpected. And I know that's life, but again, because I'm so sensitive, I feel this shit deeply. And so, oh, yay, Denise is here. Denise actually is inspiring this live stream. So excited you're here, Denise. Thank you for being here, moral support. So anyway, I've had a series of things happen lately. I'm not going to go into all details, but yesterday was kind of like the thing that made everything come to a head. Yeah. Thanks for being here, Denise. So yesterday I had planned to do I wanted to share with our Quiet Voice Big Impact community this mastermind call that we have going on right now. And I wanted to open it up to our community because the topic was about personal presence and style, and I thought it was timely because of the retreat, and I just also wanted people to get a chance to see like the love and support that happens, every month. It's just really a beautiful thing to witness. Denise is a part of it, and so I just genuinely wanted people to get value and see this type of support that's actually happening. So anyway, the call went well. It was live. So many insights. The call was like an hour and a half. It was like gold, okay? And then the meeting was over. I made sure it was recorded. I was looking at the little red light in the corner. It was recorded. And then it ended and it did not download. Which is very I've never had this happen. So I was like, what the hell? And so yes, all day yesterday I was like in a panic, talking with, the technical support, asking what the hell happened. And they're like, we see that the recording was made, but it's just missing. I'm just like, what the hell? It's missing. What the hell? And so, yeah, so I really, because I'm like, again, super sensitive, I just took it so personally because I really feel like I let y'all down. I take a lot of pride in like offering support for everyone here. And so I feel like I, didn't honor my commitment. So I felt really terrible. But then later in the day I talked with like some friends, and they were saying like, you don't, it's okay, like your intention is good and it's gonna be okay. And so that's really what I've been focusing on. And what I'd like to do today is share like maybe 3 highlights from that call today and from yesterday, just so you kind of have a sense of the amazing goodness that happened yesterday. But then I also want to dive deeper in this whole thing about being courageous, especially as an introvert, when shit goes down, because shit's gonna go down. How are you gonna handle that, really? How do you handle that with grace? And that's what I'm learning too. I know normally on my live streams I'm usually upbeat and more positive, and I feel like I'm positive, but I'm also being really honest on this one because I could have easily not been on the stream, but I just felt really moved to just be honest about like sometimes things don't work out the way you planned, but you just kind of have to trust the process. Okay, so what I'd like to do now is, Denise actually sent me this poem. She emailed it to me this morning. It was divinely guided, and it was so moving to me that I just wanted to share. So thank you, Denise. Okay, it's called Courage. Courage is the will and the willingness that exist when you're willing to embrace and feel your fear as you take actions and risks in service to your highest commitments and deepest dreams. Courage is created. It is chosen. And it is chosen in the moment. It is always available to you. It is always an open door, waiting for you to walk through or not. Courage cannot be stored up or built up. It's inaccurate to say that you have courage or that you don't have courage. It's accurate to say that you choose courage or choose to feel safe in the moment rather than choose courage. Full courage includes a full acknowledgement, embodiment, and illumination of our fear while we are taking the appropriate actions. It also includes an acknowledgement and honoring of ourselves for choosing the courage, regardless of the outcome. Courage exists independently of the outcome. Choosing courage or not choosing courage is neither good or bad, neither right or wrong. It is simply a choice with associated benefits and costs. A life primarily oriented towards the choice of courage will give you one life, a life you will love. Oh my gosh, goosebumps when I read that. Goosebumps when I read it this morning. So thank you, Denise. This is from the Golden Bridge Yoga. So she forwarded this email to me today. It was divine timing because I really felt like I needed to hear that, given the circumstances, what's happening lately. So I wanted to share that just to set the tone for this call, for this video today, because when things happen out of our control, yeah, goosebumps, right, Denise? I mean, really, divine timing. Thank you for sharing that with me, for real. That's why I felt so moved to do this live stream today. So what I'd like to do now is share just a few highlights from the call that happened yesterday, where the recording is missing somewhere. And then I wanted to share just some insights I've learned about courage lately. And I hope it helps you, because we need courage to show up. It takes a lot. There's Elisa. Oh, it's the dream team on the call. Denise and Elisa. Hi. Okay, so just a few highlights from our call yesterday. Our call yesterday was about owning your personal presence and style as an introvert. And so, hi. I'm not going to go into a ton of detail, but I wanted to highlight one tip that each of the ladies shared. It was a big group yesterday, but there was a few key points I wanted to share with all of you. And then after this, I'll talk about these insights I'm learning about courage and handling all that, being graceful and trusting in the process when shit goes down. Okay, so one highlight I wanted to share from yesterday's call about owning your personal presence and style was Siobhan was on the call, and we were talking about power, because we talked about presence and style, but to me, I've learned that so much of this is about your relationship to power, and it's kind of makes it tricky sometimes, because we feel like, oh no, power feels like controlling, it feels aggressive, but for you to have presence, you have to be able to have a positive relationship to power. It's because it's your power, right? So Siobhan brought up a good point that I wanted to share. It's really about owning your story. Like in her case, she shared that she was bullied. She had, there's a lot of negative things that happened in her past, but she understands that that's a part of her story. It's a part of her testimony. And now that is the foundation for her to stand on. And Jale actually mentioned that too. Our story is not, it's not about something that happened to us. It's happening for us. And it's really the ground in which we stand on, which I feel like is very powerful, because to the second point, we talked about presence. And Jale was talking about presence is really about feeling, being kind and compassionate with yourself to be able to feel. Because when you're present in your own body and present to how you feel, especially the negative feelings, I'm telling you, when you can move through that and treat yourself with compassion through that process, then you're able to connect with people in a deeper way. For me to show up in this way, dude, I have been doing a lot of inner work for me to be able to find the grace in communicating in this way. Because believe me, it would be easier for me to run away and hide, okay? But I'm choosing to allow myself to find the courage because I know it's something, the courage is coming from something greater than me. And then the last point I wanted to share was about style, because me and Bianca were talking about style in particular. And style, a lot of people think style is this fashionable thing. It's just you have to be on trend. But really, like I've shared in the past, style is such a sacred process for you to tune into yourself, to give yourself permission to express. And that's what I'm learning more and more, that as an introvert, your power comes from your presence and it comes from you expressing yourself, whether that be words, through dance, through song, through writing, video, whatever. But it's about really tuning into yourself, giving yourself permission to show up and express yourself. And so for me, style is just I'm just encouraging people to just, that's a fun way to actually just start with expressing yourself. Because I think sometimes we as introverts feel like, oh, well, I don't want a lot of attention on me. But the thing is, for you to stand out, especially with your business, you have to give yourself permission to express yourself. That's how you stand out. God made you to, He built you to stand out. So we have to have the courage to shine, to trust that, okay, if I show my heart, that it's going to be received. It's going to be received by the right people. Not everyone's going to love you, but the right people are going to love you, right? Thanks for the hearts. Yeah, so like I said, the call yesterday was like fantastic. So much goodness went down, but not, for some reason the replay just did not download. But it's okay. I'm trusting that it's all happening for a reason. So those are just a few points that happened yesterday. But what I wanted to do for the second half of this live stream was really share some insights I'm learning about being courageous, being brave when shit goes down. Like I said, this mastermind call yesterday, it just didn't work out. And I felt really bad. I was taking it really personally. I felt like I let everyone down. And I realized that my ego is really hard on myself. It's just like, oh my God, like just really making myself feel bad. And what I'm learning, because I've talked with a good friend of mine, I'm learning from other people, there's positive messages that are coming through me that the ego is telling me stuff that's actually not real. The message that I got yesterday was, your value is not only in what you do. And I've been sharing that message, but now I'm actually practicing it in these circumstances where it's really testing me, because I've been talking about, your value is never at stake. Okay, well, when shit happens, do you really believe that? And I've been like, really, it's been testing me like, oh my God, I let people down, like, because I put so much of my value in what I do. But what I'm learning more and more is that my value comes from who I am. And if something happens, like with this replay that disappeared, or other things that are just out of my control, I don't have to like beat myself up and go, there's something wrong with me, and then run away and hide. Because it's really easy for us as introverts to just run into our shell. There's nothing wrong with that, because that gives us a sense of safety. But really, God made us to step forward and to be brave, right? So I just wanted to just share that for me, what I'm learning more and more about being courageous, it's about being compassionate toward yourself. It's about being patient. It's about ultimately loving yourself through what you're feeling. You're welcome, Alisa. Yeah, it's about loving yourself, what you're feeling, the good feelings, right? The joy. Of course, you're going to feel good when things are going well. But how are you going to feel? How are you going to treat yourself when things are going not great? That is what I'm talking about today. Because how I don't feel the greatest today. I really don't. But I feel my spirit is saying, you know what? You need to show up like this, imperfect and all. Even if you're not upbeat today, people will still like you. People will appreciate you that you're being honest. But my ego is saying, don't show up today, you're going to look bad. But you know what? It doesn't matter, because I'm realizing I'm showing up for y'all, for me first, and then I'm just wanting to share my experience, hoping that's going to help you. So, so that's really what I wanted to share today. Like, you have to know that whatever happens in your life, We can plan for things, we can hope for things to happen, but what I'm learning more and more, we have to surrender to the greater process. Thank you, Elisa. We have to trust that there is some greater plan that is orchestrating this. That honestly, that's the only way that I can keep my sanity. Because otherwise, if I feel like all this shit's happening to me and I feel victimized like I did 7-8 years ago, I mean, this would go bad. But I'm just surrendering more and more and trusting that I don't know why all this stuff is happening. But I'm just continually praying for the grace to receive what I need to learn and to show up. Because I know that this stuff is not happening to me, so I will run and hide. I don't believe that at all. So, anyway, if y'all have any questions, let me know. But what happened with the replay is also making it very clear. Stay. Oh my gosh, the recording went down. Okay, I'm back. What's been happening lately is also making it very clear to me how important it is to be supported. To be supported by people that love and care for you. I couldn't be going through like all the challenges of my life if I didn't have the support of like my loving family and friends. And but especially with my business, I really could not be where I am now. And that's part of why I wanted to open up this mastermind call yesterday. So because there's something about when there's women who are like-minded, who are ambitious in their own right, but they're doing it from a place of like service, but they're cheering you on even when you were doubting yourself. That's priceless. It's priceless. And that's really why I wanted to open up the mastermind again. That wasn't my original intention, but I'm doing it again for this month because I've been paying attention to what people have been struggling with in our group. With communicating their voice and their value and how to build an engaged community and how to create social media content that's engaging to attract the right people, and especially sales. Okay, sales is the trickiest one. So like, how do you sell with heart, right? So that actually happens to be, I was already planning it, but that already happens to be the topics for the last quarter of the mastermind. So I just wanted to, if you're interested, I've had a bunch of people ask about it. So if you're interested in checking it out more, you can go to this link here. Oh, I have special guests too. Before I share the link with you, just want to let you know that September, since we're talking about communicating your value through storytelling, Katie McCarthy is going to be helping. She's the Quiet Voice Big Impact Ambassador of Wordsmithing, which is awesome. And then October, we're going to be talking about building an engaged community. So we have Candace Struther. She's the Ambassador of Community Development. November, we're talking about creating an engaged social media content. So we have the Quiet Voice Big Impact Ambassador of Marketing, which is Esther Loke. And then December is about selling with heart. So that is, we have the Quiet Voice Big Impact Ambassador of Sales, which is Agnes Kowalski. So I shared that on the call yesterday, but I wanted to share it here as well. So the link, if you want to check it out, it's quietvoicebigimpact.com/mastermind 2016 QTR 4. I'll type it here too, just so if you want to check it out. But I'm going to open it up all month of August. So we're going to start in September. So I just wanted to make that available to you because you can't do this by yourself. You can try. I've tried it. It makes it really hard. So I just wanted you to know that you're not alone, and the setbacks are not meant to make you question your value. And I'm not saying that's easy. I mean, like I said, with what's been going on for me personally, I've been like questioning like my own value, questioning like what am I doing, you know? But the bigger part of me, my spirit, is saying, hi Julie. The bigger part of me is saying like, okay, the setback, the challenge, the shit that's happening is actually a part of your process. And not to be attached to the outcome, to trust that the process is actually meant to serve you, and have, just trust in that grace. And that's not easy, but that's real, and that's why I wanted to show up for y'all today. Because like I said, I had a lot of resistance today. I was just like, I don't want to show up. I don't want to talk about this, you know. But the reason why I did it is because I know as introverts, it's easier for us when setbacks happen. It's easier for us to go back into our shell, hide, because we take things so personally because we're so sensitive. And I just want, I'm stepping forward, even though going through some stuff, just to show that, like, you're not meant to be perfect. You're not meant to always have things go your way. And what I'm learning is sometimes things don't turn out what you planned, but I've found it'll probably be better than you expected. But you have to have the patience and the grace to trust that it will. So I hope that's helpful. Let's see. If you're here, Lisa or Julie or Denise, if you, there's Anitra. Yay, Anitra's here. Hi. If you just joined us, definitely you can catch the replay after this is over, where I talked about highlights from the call yesterday. And just FYI, like, if you're just joining, the replay disappeared. Hi, Anitra. Yeah, I don't know what the hell happened, but the purpose of me showing up today was that one event was, there's a lot of things happening over the past couple weeks, and that was just like one more thing, and I'm just like, God, and it's easy for me to just blame myself and be like, oh, why is it happening to me? And I did feel that. I still, have moments like that. But what is helping me move forward and pull through this resistance is that I am trusting and surrendering that there is a process. There is something is moving me forward. And I know what is happening is not happening for me to quit, right? What is happening is not happening for me to feel victimized or to feel like I'm helpless or things aren't going my way. Like, that's how I used to feel. But I feel like, honestly, I didn't come this far to just come this far. You know what I mean? It's just like, no. So, hell, I don't know. I don't have all the answers, but I did feel moved to show up today, and not, like I said, I could have tried to be more perfect today and, try to be more upbeat. But you know what? Some days it's gonna be rough, okay? And you can't, sometimes shit happens. So I just really encourage you to keep in mind that when things, happen and are not expected, try your best not to blame yourself. Try your best not to feel like you did something wrong. Of course, try to learn from, what happened, but not to question your value. I've been talking about that a lot lately. Your value is not at stake, and this is really testing that for me. So I just really wanted to really reflect that back to you, that no matter what happens in your life, just trust that it's not meant to make you question your value, because your value is so much more than what you do, which I'm learning. I'm a high achiever, so I always think oh yeah, I get, a lot of my self-validation from what I do, but what's been happening lately is really making me understand it's really about who I am, and I need to continue to value that, and what I do is just extra. It's people, appreciate me even if I don't do anything. It's about who I am, and I just wanted to reflect that back to you, because me showing up today is challenging, but I feel like the message needs to be heard and needs to be shared. So I hope this is helpful for you. If you have any questions, I'm wrapping it up now, but if you have any questions, let me know. And again, if you wanted to check out the mastermind, it's quietvoicebigimpact.com/mastermind 2016 QTR4 for the fourth quarter. So anyway, oh my God, I'm so glad I got through this call. I was really nervous. I was like, oh my God, what am I going to say? Yeah, it's just because sometimes I feel like I have to be a certain way in order to share. But I'm getting to the point now, it's like, no, I don't have to be a certain way. All I have to be is myself. If some people don't like it, I can't be attached to that. It's because I know my intention is good. Like, you know, my intention is good. So, okay, well, I think that's it. If you have any last minute comments or questions, just put it in the chat. Otherwise, I will see you in the group. I think I may take a nap now. Oh, Anisha said yes. Yeah, yeah. It's not about being perfect. It's about being real, and conversation. Okay. Oh, Denise said so powerful and vulnerable. Who I am. Yeah, Denise. The last thing I wanted to share is, Denise, thank you so much for being such a beautiful friend to me. And you shared that email about courage. If you just joined, definitely watch the beginning of the call, because Denise shared an email with me with this poem on courage, and I shared it with the group. Yeah, it was beautifully timed, because I've been having like a hard time lately. So yeah, I really hope the poem helped you and this call helped you. Yeah, and I just wanted to just be brave and be courageous, to hopefully help inspire you that you're not meant to always be like Superwoman every damn day. It's just not possible. At least for me, it's not. So, okay, well, I'm gonna go now, but I hope you enjoyed this, and I will talk with you in our group. Thank you guys for being on here live, and love you. I will talk to y'all soon.